Good morning. Well, today we clear coat. No special sunrise this morning. It was cloudy. I've got 3 jars of clear coat here. Now this one here got the T marked on it for thinned. Obviously I opened that a long time ago. I think this goes back to the Bismarck days. And I don't think I'm going to use this up because there's very, very little in there. There's maybe a milliliter or maybe a little more. I think I'm going to use the 2 new ones, and that way I don't need to be getting frustrated when the airbrush quits working and I'm thinking, did it get a little chunk of something in there that, crystallized, from when you take the lid off, it's kind of crusty around the edges and little. Somebody was mentioning about why don't you filter your paint? And I thought about that. It seems to me that some time ago, about a year ago, I tried to make a filter with a syringe, but it plugged up. The pigment in the paint plugged the filter. So and then I thought, well, maybe I'll use a different type of paper. I think that's a good idea. Now, I don't know if clear coat would filter well because it does have all these little micro things in it to give it the flat, to make it flat, right? Now this would be the flat clear. Anyway, so what's with all this? Well, last night I did. Let's roll back, and it'll explain everything. Oh, saw something interesting run through the yard today. I'll show you later. Okay, continuing right along here this afternoon. And the rain has stopped, by the way. Remember yesterday it was raining pretty heavy there. Okay, now the idea is we're going to want to pick this up and we're going to want to lay it right here. Here, 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 and here. And the same on the other side, of course. Now I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to let gravity be my friend here. Alright. And I don't want to be touching the hull anywhere. You see I've already bumped it on something right there. Oh, I remember what I did. I scraped my manual on it. That's how easy it is to mark this hull red when it's flat like this. So I want to be extra careful. Now how do I keep that up here? It's gonna have to stand up, I guess. Alright. See, is this gonna work? Yeah. That kind of holds it level. At least it's level-er. And I'll just recompose here. And I'll probably use the CA thick would probably be the best because there's less chance of it to go running down. I definitely am not going to use the thin. And I think the medium might run. It'd be good if I could just tilt the whole thing this way a little bit, but I don't know how I can easily do that without risking marking something on the hull here. Oh, we'll figure something out. Oh, it looks like I've got a little mark or something here too. Or is this a piece of tape? Well, we can touch that up. Now I'm just going to do a bit of a dry run here. The first one goes right here. And I've got them down here on the table. And this is actually the first time I'm trying it. I want to see if Tony's waxed pencil will actually pick this up. And well, it looks like it will. I was afraid that possibly because it was painted, it wouldn't stick. Now, can this be placed? Well, it sort of can, yes. I think that maybe if I had to put some CA right there just above that porthole and underneath that little ledge or eyebrow or whatever it is. Now, you'll notice how it looks like I have removed the half moon things. I don't remember doing that. Did, in the comments, please, does anybody remember me actually doing that? Or were they removed already by Trumpeter? I don't know. Yeah, that's really odd. I do not remember doing that. Okay, once again, we're doing a bit of a dry run here. Just want to move this up out of the way here. Now, I do not have any glue on there, but I want to just touch a little bit right there and then put this back over top. I think that's going to work. Okay, this is CA thick. And the good thing about it is we are going to be using the clear coat. So if any of this glue glints through, okay, I better stop talking here. I'm going to try and position that over top of the porthole, and it has to be straight. Okay, how does that look? Maybe I could... There, that looks better. Yeah. Let me check the monitor. Okay, I think once we clear coat that with clear coat flat, we won't see the glinting. Okay, I'm going to do the other 7 the same way. I'm going to have to do them off camera though. Okay, they're on. And I'm sort of debating, should I go over it with the number 66 gray and cover up that 56? That 56, it almost looks as though the photo etch wasn't painted at all, but I think it's the way the light is reflecting off of it. I think that once we do the clear coat, it's going to sort of blend in. It won't reflect quite as much because it's flat clear coat. So now I am noticing got a little tiny mark right here. I don't know if I'm going to bother trying to fix that or not, but over here. Okay, we got to do something about that. I don't know what happened there. I think that's the only thing on this side that we have to try and patch up. I went on a little heavier than I'd planned. Okay, I think that once that dries, it's going to be okay. And there's a little mark over here, so it's a little scuff. I don't know if I'm going to make it worse or better. I think once it dries, it'll be okay. And then when we cover over it, here's another little tiny... Okay. If I go just a little bit higher. Okay. Yeah. I think once that dries, it'll be all right, I hope. It won't have the same texture as if it was sprayed, though. I got to admit that. Yeah, we'll just check it out after it's dry and see what it looks like here. Now on this side, almost in the same place, we have another little mark right here, but it's not very bad, and I'm thinking that I'm probably best off just leaving it and letting the clear coat sort of take care of that. And then we have what you might call, it almost looks like watermarks or staining. And the only thing I can think of is that possibly the hull red was a little bit thick there. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I'm just going to leave it. It's so minuscule. I got a mark here on the keel though. Maybe I should do something about that. Wonder if I have enough on my brush. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. Okay, so I was thinking here this evening that I've got, I guess a couple hours before I probably want to call it quits. But, we've done step 12, and we got all the little parts here in step 13 that have to go on the deck, which we have finished, if you remember. And did we paint around the outside of the turrets? I think we did. And well, maybe we didn't. I don't think I want to be cutting any more little parts here. I think what we should do is finish up with the ones we got. And all of these parts, they have to have they have to be cleaned up. So, yeah, I think I'm going to spend the rest of the evening doing that. And, yeah, I've got my nippers here. I got a file somewhere. I got lots of sanding sticks in this special sanding stick holder. I like this idea. Yeah, it worked out really well. Yeah, people are saying it's too bad it broke, but I don't know. I'm not necessarily feeling that way. I'm sort of thinking, well, maybe all is well that ends well, right? Okay, I'm just going to continue on here this evening, and I'm guessing it'll probably take me about an hour or so to do this, and we'll see you in the morning.
Yesterday was pizza day, and today is garbage day. Now, one of the viewers had asked, what are those bags that I see on the front of somebody's lawn there? And I replied back to let him know that those were yard waste bags. Yeah, in the spring and in the fall, the city picks up yard waste. And in my bag, there is the nest from that vole. Remember in the springtime we had a nest in the backyard? Yeah, well, I raked it up and I had to do something with it, and I don't think the city wants you throwing stuff like that in the garbage can, because we can get special bags, as you can see, and they send it around a special truck. Anyway, that's what that's all about. Now, being the nice neighbor that I am, I'm bringing in my neighbor's container as well.
Okay, I'm not planning on doing any fancy zooming in or out. We're just going to leave it like this. I'm going to just let the camera run. You may choose to fast forward through this. I'm hoping that I'm not going to have any airbrush problems. I've thinned this out considerably. Probably, I'm guessing about 1/3 thinners, 2/3 clear coat. And okay, I've got the airbrush set to about 20 pounds. Let's see what we got here. Guess we need the fan. Now I don't know what these little shiny white spots are. I don't know what, I must have come off of something. Now this is the side that is going to be seen. I'm just going to give it an extra coat here. Less chance of scratches showing up, I guess. I don't know. Maybe my theory is wrong here. Okay, that's it, folks. That's all I'm going to do. I don't know if I'll ever clear coat a hull again, but we'll see what it looks like when it's dry.
Now you may recall I had said I'd seen something interesting running through the yard, and if you look way off to the left there, you'll see a deer coming. It doesn't take very long for it to get here, but I want you to notice when it runs by, it almost looks like there's something wrong with it. It's got its mouth open, and is it foaming at the mouth, or what's happening here? It's or maybe the coyotes were chasing it and it's out of breath. Or maybe it's worried because it's lost its fawn. Who knows? Looks like it's got a mark on the side of it too there, like maybe it got injured. It might have had a encounter with coyotes, who knows? Anyway, it doesn't hang around, but it kind of looks lost, doesn't it? Yeah. Anyway, that was kind of interesting.
Well, our airbrush is all cleaned up, and this appears to be drying. I can still see where it might be a little bit wet in places, so that means that in all likelihood it's the same thing on the hull. I gave where the boot line was probably 3 coats. The rest of it sort of got 2. I don't know what these little white speckle things are. I would feel better if they were up here, because then I could say they were seagull droppings. But if you get seagull droppings on this side of the ship, that's bad news, right? Especially if you're the captain. Anyway, I think I'm going to wind it up here today. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll take a good look. Nice close look.